Hello, this is Mr. Lowe, and I am here to help you with your homework. I just wanted to explain some of the basics of doing homework in second grade. Homework comes home every Monday in a homework folder, and inside that homework folder, one side will have work that needs to be completed, and on the other side will be work that's already finished, like spelling tests or math assignments, art projects, social studies, and science papers. Those papers are to stay home with you, but the other side has their homework and notes that are important that need to be returned. Inside, there are 2 pages, and front and back of the first page looks like this. If you notice the one with the spelling page, it has circled, one of the lists is circled, and that tells you which words to study for your child. The middle list is the second grade on-level spelling words. To the left are words that are a little easier, and to the right are some words that are more challenging. Every Friday we give a pretest to the students, and if they get 8 out of the top 10 words correct, then they move up to the harder list, because that tells us they already know most of the spelling words, and so they need something a little more challenging. As far as what you do to practice the spelling words, we're pretty liberal as a second grade team on what you can do. Down below are a list of ideas. You can do the traditional ones of just having them practice writing the words. SpellingCity.com is one of my favorites because it has lots of games, and you can enter in your child's spelling words and let them play games and activities with the spelling words. You can do any of those activities. If you would like to check the ones you did or write in some that you did and then send that paper back in the homework folder, that would be an appropriate way to show their homework. If they wrote their words on a piece of paper, you could send that back in the homework folder for me to see. Most of all, I want them to practice their spelling words, and if they're doing a good job on the spelling tests, then we know that they're practicing the words at home and getting them right. On the back side of that page is a math sheet. Generally, it will be basic facts, at least for the first half of the year, to help reinforce those skills that they should be building in mathematics. For the next page, we have a literacy skill page, and that's this page right over here. And it has the vocabulary words or some of the words we've been studying in class, and it gives the students a chance to practice some of those skills that they've been learning in class. Now on Monday this might be a little bit tough for them, but by Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday they should be pretty familiar with these words. So for this worksheet, for example, they are just practicing using those vocabulary words in a sentence and picking the correct word. So they would pick the word from the list and they would write it in the space. On this one over here, this is a fluency page, and what a fluency page tells us is the rate, how quickly or how fast they are able to read words, and it also helps us with their accuracy, so how many words they are able to read correctly. So what you would do is you would give this page to your child and sit next to them, and with your watch or a timer, you time them for 1 minute reading the story. Now when the minute is up, if you want to let them finish the story, that's a great idea to me. But what I would do is, let's say they got to here in 1 minute, then I would just draw a little line so that I knew that's how far they got in the 1 minute. If they get to a word and they say it wrong, you can just put a little mark above it to help you know that that was a word that they struggled on, or you can cross it out, just so that you know which words they struggled on. After they have finished, you're going to ask them a few questions about the story. Now notice right here it tells us what kind of questions these are, and these go along with our unit. So for this example, during the week we were talking about characters and setting and how to draw a conclusion after we've read a story. So these questions go along with what they've been learning in class. So down below, we're going to have them read this story twice, maybe once on Monday and once on Wednesday. So you write down how many words they read. Well, this number right here tells you how many words they've read until the beginning of the line. So we're going to say 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. So they were able to read 52 words. How many errors did they make? Well, we marked that they missed 1, 2. So how many words correct is that? We subtract them, and they were able to read 50 words correctly. The second time we do the same thing. We let them read it again, and hopefully the number will be a little bit higher with maybe fewer mistakes. And then we write down their new score. For right now, they should be reading about 47 to 67 words. It's about average for second graders. And that will change throughout the year as they become better readers. If they can make it all the way to the bottom, that's great too. The last thing that we do in my class is we keep a reading calendar. And this will start in September. We don't have one for August. But your child is to read 20 minutes each day. As they read 20 minutes, they get to come in and fill in one of these little stars here. Their goal is to fill up all the stars all the way across by the end of the month. This is due on the last Friday of the month. So for this one, it's the last Friday in September. Make sure that the child writes their name, or you write it for them, and then the parent signs it. That's really important to me because a lot of students will just fill in these up here on their own and bring it back to me and not show it to you. So by you signing it, that tells me that I know you've seen this list and you agree with how many stars or shapes they filled in. And if you have any more questions about spelling or homework, please give me a call or at the school or email me. Thanks.